In the WKYX WNGO newsroom, I'm Tim Brockwell. A manhunt continues in Paducah after a car chase earlier today on Interstate 24. Bill Hughes is on the scene.
Tim, I'm still in the area just north of I-24 off of Old Mayfield Road, and I spoke to a homeowner on Broyles Avenue just a few minutes ago where police have been pretty much all afternoon. He had been away and had recently come home and found out what was going on. He told me that there were some homes on that street that had not been lived in for a while, and also a couple of abandoned outbuildings. I talked to police, and they are checking on those buildings as we speak, but the search continues on Broyles, on Schneidman Road, on Lane Road West, and in the area around the railroad tracks near the interstate. This is where Jonathan Crum disappeared after he and three friends were stopped by spike strips on the interstate when they would not yield to a state trooper who was trying to pull them over for speeding. As it turns out, Crum is a parole violator, and that's why he's on the run. Police are still searching in this area. I'm Bill Hughes reporting live for WKYX WNGO News.
In the WKYX WNGO newsroom, I'm Tim Brockwell. A protest is underway near the entrance to McCracken County High School this afternoon. Bill Hughes is there with the latest.
Tim, I spoke just a moment ago with Randall Huggins, an Iraq War veteran, and Jeff Forrester, a parent of a student at McCracken County High School. And they are protesting, just making their voices heard about the desecration of the flag. This is related to the art project earlier this week at the school, which was quickly taken down after administrators saw what was going on. The flag was on the floor. There was a lectern on top of the flag. You had to walk onto the flag in order to see the rest of the display and make any comments by writing on a piece of paper. They just want a message to be sent that this is not how you treat an American flag. They praised the administration for how they handled it by taking the flag up and folding it properly, and they want to raise their voice, and they've got a lot of support holding signs saying, "Honk if you love the flag," and as school was letting out, a steady stream of cars laying down on their horns showing their support for the American flag. I'm Bill Hughes.
A gold buying group is in Paducah this week, and the McCracken County Sheriff's Department says they are in complete compliance with all local laws. That hasn't kept people from talking about them. Bill Hughes has details.
The front parking lot of Country Inn and Suites was full on Wednesday afternoon as people brought gold and other items to sell. The Collectors Roadshow opened Monday in the meeting room at the hotel and runs through Saturday at 4 p.m. They have purchased advertising with several media outlets, with Jeff the Coin Guy appearing as their spokesman on WPSD. Jeff Parsons is listed as the CEO for THR and Associates of Springfield, Illinois, and a quick Google search for him or the company will reveal articles about bad checks, unpaid bills, bankruptcy, or class action lawsuits by former employees. Bristol Broadcasting received similar tips and information shortly after being contacted by Parsons regarding radio advertising. Initially, an arrangement was made and a credit card belonging to Jordan Parsons was used, but Bristol eventually decided to refund the money. Other local media have run his ads, and Arjun Dodd, who works for the Collectors Roadshow, said the company has spent about $30,000 in the area in the last week or two. After placing a call to someone named Jeff, Dodd explained that the Roadshow is a separate entity started by his cousin, Jacob Parsons. Jacob started Uncle Buck's Trading Post in September 2012, just after THR and Associates filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in Illinois. Jacob and Jordan are both listed with Jeff Parsons on the Better Business Bureau website, which says they have received almost 300 complaints about THR and Associates in the last 12 months. Uncle Buck's Trading Post currently has a B rating with the Better Business Bureau. Earlier this month, Uncle Buck's Trading Post was in Lafayette, Indiana, and bought advertising with the city's Journal and Courier, but have not paid their $3,000 bill yet. That paper's Haley Colombo reported that the Indiana Attorney General's office is seeking $170,000 in a lawsuit because THR and Associates didn't pay a settlement of $22,000 for making robocalls, which are illegal in Indiana. McCracken County Sheriff's Detective Matt Carter said in spite of rumors, there are no active warrants for Jeff Parsons' arrest, and Uncle Buck's Trading Post is in compliance with all city and county ordinances, including a new ordinance that was just passed Monday night, specifically relating to gold buyers. It puts tougher restrictions on them, including longer holding periods for merchandise they buy, just in case those items were stolen from someone. Carter says this might help a victim get back a treasured keepsake, and the ordinance also keeps traveling shows from having an unfair advantage over permanent businesses that buy gold.
Based on the win-to-loss ratio, it's not what most people say about Las Vegas. But Tara and Richard Montgomery were in the right place at the right time Wednesday morning. Bill Hughes reports.
The couple, who own Montgomery Gardens in Paducah, were able to help a worker who fell approximately 100 feet from a scaffold while working on a sign at the MGM Grand on the Vegas Strip. They were just across the street when they saw him fall.
At first, we thought maybe they were filming a movie since we were in Vegas, but it didn't take long to realize that it was real. And Richard just grabbed me and just said, "Let's go, we've got to go, you're a nurse."
The couple told a security guard Tara was a retired nurse, and he let them through the fence to get to Charles Schuler, who works for an electrical contractor that's renovating the sign. While not wanting to move an unconscious man, Tara helped his airway stay open while Richard prayed. By the time the ambulance arrived, the man was awake and in obvious pain. When later asked where he was, Schuler said in church, apparently because he heard Richard's prayer. Schuler was taken to University Medical Center, where the Montgomerys tracked down family and got an update on his condition.
We were able to reach out and talk with them and visit with them for a few minutes, and they just hugged us up. Probably 20 times they gave us a hug. They were very appreciative, and we were able to pray with them for their son.
The couple said he hit a palm tree on the way down, which turned his body just enough so he didn't land head first, and his fall was cushioned by landscaping at the base of the sign. He did have surgery to fuse one cracked vertebrae, and he has a broken leg, shoulder, and arm. Tara said they wouldn't have been in Vegas if they hadn't won the trip at an Atlanta buying show for their business. She said God must have wanted them there at that precise time. I'm Bill Hughes.
The U.S. Army's Corps of Engineers held their first public meeting Thursday night to gather comments about plans to restrict access to water near dams along the Cumberland River and its tributaries, including Barkley Dam near Grand Rivers. The Badgett Playhouse was packed with more than 200 concerned fishermen and residents. Lyon County Judge Executive Wade White said it was what he expected.
A lot of people showed up, were very passionate, because this is going to impact not only their enjoyment of being able to go below the dam, but a lot of people are going to lose money over this.
White said local commercial fishermen use the waters on either side of the dam, and there are also individuals who catch shad to sell to those fishermen. He cited analysis from the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Department in 2000 that showed fishing below Barkley Dam generated $3 million in tourism money. White estimated that figure is now close to $4 million. He says that lost income, plus the Corps' expense of blocking access to the dams, is a substantial amount of money.
They're taking $2 million out of an already tight budget of the Corps of Engineers, which will cause them to either close campgrounds or shut them down early. And with that $2 million they're spending, they're going to cost us around $4 million every year of tourism dollars that was coming in. And we can't afford that kind of hit.
The regulation that the Corps of Engineers is working from dates back to 1996, and a recent reevaluation convinced leadership that the signs and other markers already in place are not enough. White says they are redefining their own regulation to an extreme by proposing a permanent barrier. Congressman Ed Whitfield was at the meeting Thursday and was met with a standing ovation when he said he would go back to Washington, D.C. and do whatever he could to stop the restrictions. White says if he and Livingston County Judge Executive Chris Lasher need to go to the nation's capital to talk to the right people, he's ready to go.
The results of an investigation are expected Monday regarding an altercation involving the McCracken County Emergency Management Director. Bill Hughes reports.
McCracken County Attorney Mike Murphy says he has everything he needs to complete the investigation.
I have the video. I've talked to some of the parties, and I will have completed talking to everyone that I need to talk to by the close of business Friday. That gives me the weekend to think it through and then come to some conclusion about what, if anything, I need to do or fiscal court needs to do sometime first of next week.
Murphy said he doesn't know whether Director Paul Carter has been placed on suspension since the incident. That's a question for Van Newberry, the county judge executive. Calls to Newberry have not yet been returned. The incident last Saturday at an accident scene involved tow truck driver Anthony Hess, who used to work for Carter, and current employee Donnie Lanier. As Hess was attempting to remove a vehicle, he was approached by Carter, who demanded the return of a jacket. Hess told Paducah police Carter screamed threats at him and grabbed him by the throat. Carter initially said nothing happened, but when confronted with dash cam video from a police cruiser, he said Hess hit him first and he held him back by pushing on his chest. Since law enforcement did not see the incident, Hess must initiate any charges against Carter, but so far he has not. I'm Bill Hughes.